TRL's been doing an amazing job tonight, being way more patient than I've seen him play in the past. He's getting in these situations where he gets behind and he forces one or two things, but he doesn't keep forcing it, and like he's done in the past. And Blitz has been doing a really good job controlling the pace of all of the sets he's played in for the most part tonight, and it's going to be really interesting to see a character like Falcon that wants to run forward so much against.
So, and definitely for sure, I mean, the big thing you're mentioning, that tempo change is what's really going to matter. So you see these dash dances, the pellets are really what's going to dictate that. The big thing is TRL loves to do that, but pellets are a really good way to stop it.
And I think that's the first time we've seen that down tilt from Mega Man all night. Just looking for a burst option there by TRL, doesn't manage to find it, however, doesn't get punished for it. It finds the Nair, and right now both these players are looking for stage control and looking for a meaningful hit.
Yeah, the big thing we're seeing is just Blitz does not really care if he's in the corner. And that is the way you should kind of like beat someone who loves to move so much, right? It's just corner them. But Blitz loves to move around, mix it up, and got him in a really precarious situation.
And definitely interested to see this set as well. Blitz looking for the... I'm curious if how much he goes for up smash this set, because against GXtreme, he took, I think, every stock except for the whole set with up smash.
Yeah, but they are different characters.
Very
I don't
so.
think that that TRL's going to get in his space with an air that's safe enough to.
That's true.
I think that's the big picture, right?
No, that's very true. Finding the jab there, looking to put him in the corner. Beautiful spot dodge of that Raptor boost there, and
What
just
a great setup.
Yeah, I mean, you got a disjointed spike against a move that's going to linger if it does and not snap the ledge.
Yeah, the big thing was is outside of that he threw the Crash Bomber, and
Yep.
you know, that just kind of checkmates him there if he goes for that.
Absolutely.
But right now he has that Metal Blade. That's a big thing for Blitz versus any Mega Man. As soon as they get the Metal Blade out, they're going to have a setup or just a really good pressure.
And here, Blitz just looking to Z-drop that Metal Blade into the back air, but that's it from TRL. We've seen him hit a lot of those as the night's gone on. He was missing them earlier in the night, but he started to hit more, and now doesn't quite find it there. And he's struggling to really find his way into the combos that he's been hitting against so many of his opponents tonight against Blitz's really immaculate defense so far.
The one big thing that you're kind of trying to get into is the burst range. Raptor Boost does a great job of kind of like forcing his way in, as does the that kick right there.
Yep.
However, it's just a matter of, can I get past the pellets? And without that, you can't really go for that Raptor Boost and boost at the time. You have to jump over more, and Blitz is looking for that.
Yeah, and as you were saying, let's see if he gets the edge guard here real quick, but Falcon's burst range coincides really well with Mega Man's pellet range. And it can make it, as you were saying, very hard for TRL to actually find his ways to get in. But he finds the grab there. It's not going to quite kill on the back throw. He's looking for the edge guard, the up B going in there, and manages to find that stock. But at 117, he's got a lot of work to do to make it back.
Yeah, great job of getting the edge guard, because that's really the big thing. TRL, as a player, has definitely gotten a lot of stuff like that. Like, he's gone out for dares, and Mega Man, it's kind of hard to at times. But, great job there. He has the Metal Blade.
And at 142, the fact that he's finding his way back there, not dying, finding what hits he can take, he can still survive, keeping that stage control, and just racking up percent, he's making it closer. He doesn't necessarily need to take ache the stock before dying, although that certainly would be nice, but just get as much extra credit as he can, as he's at 187 now, and every point counts before dying to that fair down.
That's the thing, when you go for those like Raptor boosts, you're kind of ahead of, wow, hey, Blitz getting a little fancy, you probably even laughing that out. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff there.
Yeah, I think there's actually an infinite if you do it perfectly, but not quite getting in that position there. Now TRL just trying to find a real neutral win, good job catching that Metal Blade, but unfortunately trading with Mega Man's option. Not beautiful micro spacing on the grab there.
Great job of just kind of like stuffing him out, getting his percent when he wants to. But oh wow, a great job of stuffing out that edge guard. But Blitz is really good at just not dying.
Yep, and just TRL there taking just a brief second to pause, brief second to reset, and now looking to find his way in, as he is at 100% on his last stock game one. Good job with that Crash Bomber, or reversing it and just hacking on percent. 95, 96 here. If he can find this stock, it's certainly very possible with how much damage Falcon can do in a combo. Back air, not going to take it.
Yet. So the big thing here, right, is Blitz loves playing around that ledge. TRL is definitely going to have to get a lot more mix-up, and honestly, just kind of punish Blitz trying to jump. And he does it right there
Yep.
again. Just he goes over, no ledge
And the back throw.
ability. Yeah, and you know, let's love the ledge. You really, if you're gonna play against him, you know, you're gonna play against a lot of Mega Mans. Like, look at that. Just ledge drop. You know, I'm just gonna wall jump there. Get my confirm. He has Metal Blade. He'll without Metal Blade, he'll spawn it out. Get an up smash out of that at times. Something you really have to be careful for. And if, you know, if you don't know that going in, we need to know someone's ledge drop and ledge habits. Try to pay attention. You know, really just take a look and be like, all right, that's gonna difference maker.
And one of the things that really stands out, you know, you're talking about Mega Man's defensiveness, but also Blitz's evasiveness. His movement has been on point. He's been so hard to hit for TRL, especially in a meaningful manner. However, that nair into the Raptor boost, TRL looking for the down air mix him, not quite finding anything there, and maybe could have gotten just a better guaranteed strength.
Yeah, Blitz is definitely one of the definitions of a sorcery character and somebody player. TRL is someone who really loves to be in your face, you know. Unfortunately, it's just oil and water in terms of the play styles, because, you know, it can be very frustrating trying to get in versus him.
Absolutely, and he's been doing all night against all these different characters. Blitz has been doing such a good job of mixing up his recovery timing and spacing, as we just saw there. Now, using that Leaf Shield to get out of disadvantage, it's such a great on-stage tool to just get out of certain disadvantage states free, especially when your opponent's underneath you on a platform like that.
Yeah, and TRL, great job of punishing it. Now he's trying to look in. I really think the key here is, if you know, you're going to have to at least hold center. Try not to play the ledge with him exactly too much. Read these ledge habits. Like, see right here. You know he's going to go high. Now he's waiting, and that's fine. Great job by TRL. He just finally waited and reacted, and that's what netted him.
Absolutely, and that, like, I feel like TRL from past weeks wouldn't have waited in that way. And that's, like, an evolution we've seen, and I really hope to see him maintain going forward, because it's really cool to see him play more patiently and wait more.
Yeah, Blitz here trying to get the edge guard, not going to do it just yet. I mean,
and there's the up smash.
Yeah, finally ended up getting a bit too greedy on his shield, and you know, he just went straight for it.
Yep. Now the Metal Blade under that platform, it just disappeared, so he has it for another one, but punishing it, throwing it out with the Raptor boost, unfortunately not getting too much, and now they're just fighting on this platform for stage control. Old TRL finding it, putting Blitz off stage. How much can he capitalize on?
It's not looking like all too much. I mean, the big thing here is Blitz will be playing this as patient as he wants to, because he is behind, but he doesn't really. Oh my God! Why'd you let that be? Why'd you let that be?
And it was, I wonder, you know, it was a really good ledge trap sequence too by TRL, with all of those V grabs just keeping him on ledge, and eventually he just tried to mix it up and TRL was ready for it.
At this point, you know, TRL really trying to take advantage of this lead, but at the same time, Blitz, he doesn't really care all that much by it. He's going to still play the same way. He's kind of like a one-track mind, to be honest. But, you know, it's a really good track. He shuffles up that play pretty well. And even outside of that, you know, has the Metal Blade. He's looking for a lot. I mean, he's already gone 81%, but TRL definitely answering back with as much as he can.
And TRL there looking for that up air knee, just trying to catch him. That Flame Sword barely not killing. And that second one trying to keep the edge guard, and that forward air to back air there, that was beautiful by Blitz, keeping that edge guard alive and finally securing that kill.
He does a really great job. I mean, this is someone who loves to move around, loves to mess around in the training mode. You can tell by the way he just is able to move around, even off stage.
Yep. And now we're just looking, both these players, it's always interesting to see them when they scrap in the corner like that, because one of them just ends up resetting to neutral, but the other one is still very much trying to swing on their shield, and it's never the one that I feel like you expect to reset to neutral in the situation. There always ends up being like a bunch of tiny reversals in the corner.
The big thing here, right, is, you know, Blitz is almost at kill percent. He is Mega Man, he is heavy. Both these characters are heavy, but it's just all about, can TRL kind of wait it out a bit and then eventually get his right gamble before Blitz kind of catches up.
Yeah, and we see, as you said, catching up. 98%, very close to that kill percent, especially with the max rage from the Mega Man. And the blade, the up air, not going to find that Flame Sword. Very close. TRL definitely seeming, now that he's at kill percent, he's starting to get a little antsy.
My gosh, doesn't get the classic ledge jumper that he usually goes for, but, you know, a great job of holding it to the end. This is getting nailed by right now.
Good attempt with that Gentleman there, but doesn't manage to find it. The dash attack is going to kill. And just like that, it just ends.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how that goes at times, right? Sometimes you go for it. And Blitz there, obviously shot. That's a big thing, right? You have to kind of make a statement, and you kind of got to
Yeah.
stamp your way to the top at times. And TRL doing that just there. I wonder if they're going to run it back to PS2. I know TRL doesn't care. Let's go in for that little handshake gesture mid-set. Take notes, guys.
Yeah, a lot of respect between these two players. And interesting,
what's
it
the
looks like maybe we're going to Kalos.
Yeah, Kalos. I don't know if he banned any stages, but like, come on, you don't give good to Kalos, bro.
Yeah,
That
you
man
don't
loves
give.
the wall.
I was-
He's Spider-Man.
And we were saying, Retro was saying last set, like, Kalos is a good stage for Falcon, in theory. However, it does seem, just like in the set against Brand, that it is better for Mega Man. And maybe TRL's just feeling, hey, I'm on fire enough that I don't care.
Yeah, he's definitely, and he probably just banned some other stages, doesn't
Yeah.
want to go on platform. Either way, getting into this, the big name of the game is, I think, if Blitz takes his first stock, he's taking the game. Otherwise, I think TRL definitely claw his way up, and he's going to kind of
Yep.
go for it.
And we've seen him on this stage all night. That was beautiful by Blitz, capitalizing on that overextension by TRL. After the wall jump comes out, he just says, sorry, down air, see ya.
I don't even think he said sorry. I think he just did it. He's
Yeah.
not going to be apologetic about it. Definitely someone who does, you know, he's the higher seed here. He's the second seed. I know
Absolutely.
he wants to run back versus GXA.
Absolutely, and that was the shades of old TRL there, going for that Nair 1 down air mix-up. Trademark aggression coming through there. Definitely excited to see, as you said, Blitz taking that early first stock, as you said, and almost getting ready to lap TRL in percent here. 70 to 100, though, now has a little bit more of a way to go. However, TRL, it's been a while since he's found a significant hit.
And even outside of that, TRL's with all this pressure, but the thing is that tempo's not really changing that much. And Blitz, I mean, to be honest with you, he kind of just plays with the same tempo as one of the ways you kind of mix him up. So when you see him kind of just going for this scrambling, Blitz is totally down.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how Blitz manages to scramble. Good job by TRL there, bouncing off the Springman. However,
Classic ledge trump.
Yep, Blitz ready for it with the ledge jump, as you said, taking that stock. Now Blitz finding this first neutral win, and it's just looking like a steamroll right now.
He's just going to keep it going. I mean, he kind of understands. He let Kalos open. Like, this is Blitz's playground, you know?
Yep, and it's definitely interesting to see whether TRL can stay patient in this situation, or if he starts to get antsy, or whether he just says, it's okay, I'm going to play patient and try and claw this back, go next. There's a good start with the down tilt there, and let's see if he can manage to, how many more neutral wins he can manage to string together here.
Yeah, I think it's even less about the neutral wins, and it's more about how many conversions it's going to take.
Very
You look at someone like Blitz right here, he misses the edge guard, but this is an opportunity. Nothing going to happen there.
Yep, and we see that jab again on shield, again getting punished and getting put back off stage. Mega Man dash attack is so active there.
Yeah, and he just puts that crash bomber there because he knows he wants to run into
Oh,
it.
he caught himself with the crash bomber
Yeah,
though. Oh, words
TRL's
coming.
gonna take it.
Yeah, your words coming back to bite Blitz just a little bit there. The first crash bomber excellent, the second one maybe not so much. And now TRL at 127, he still has to be very careful here.
This is
But
one
it's
of
in
those
his
big.
reach.
This is one of those big mentality shifts that you can kind of like see. This is where the matchup is going to change. This is where the players are going to be changing, and TRL is going to take this to the bank.
Absolutely, and this being losers finals, we are in best of 5. So this is also for counter pick advantage. So not only is this a big mental on whether Blitz can keep his mental, or whether TRL is going to be able to use this to his advantage, and he's bringing it all the way back 92, 105 to 176. But it's also for counter pick advantage, which is a big deal.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, it's really just all about can Blitz finish this stock, and he has all this percent here. He has so many options, and
TRL just got a little bit too greedy there.
yeah, I mean, you know, that's the kind of situation where it looks similar to last set, in the last game, right? It was like in a straight situation with the scramble, went for dash attack, but the real truth is the distance is what the difference was.
Yeah.
That time there, Blitz was kind of approaching, he's kind of waiting around, he has Metal Blade. Any character with an item has an item they're going to shield. That's the big thing. They're not going to toss it. They're going to wait because they're looking for the punish, you know what they're doing. In that time, he just come up for the kick. Didn't work out, but I mean, that SD kind of changed things around. Maybe. Oh, okay.
He's going Palutena?
Yeah, all right, this is over.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
That was a big mental set, I think, for both of them. TRL felt the opportunity. We saw in the moment it mattered most, where he was patient all tournament. His aggression came through. He got punished for it, and now he's just lost faith in Falcon for a game. And
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, this is a game with like 80-plus characters, and TRL is not a player who just knows how to play one. I mean, before this point in time, he had a he's definitely had a Pichu. I know in Smash 4 as well, he had a Diddy Kong. I believe in this game he played a bit of Diddy too.
Yeah,
so,
I've heard people talk about that.
yeah, I mean, this is definitely something I can see switch around. I don't know exactly. There's less Palus that Blitz plays against nowadays, considering that there's not that many in region. But
Yep.
we'll see how it goes. This could be a great debut.
And I'm interested to see too if he wins this set. What does he do against DX Team in Grands if TRL manages to bring this back with Palutena? But he's managing, and you know,
Great job, yeah. Great
Mega Man just
conversion.
showed him.
Yeah, I mean, the second that he kind of goes through his projectiles a bit too much, this is one of those things where that experience comes in.
Absolutely, and just looking here, going for that grab, you know, the Palu nerf coming a little in handy for Blitz there, finding an up smash, just a bunch of percent, and TRL just looking a little bit uncomfortable on this character.
I think he's doing fine. I honestly think it's just that first conversion of the stock. The big thing when you're playing a character that you might not see someone main is that they might not know the conversions to their best. But they still have the good fundies, and they still probably know some of the combos.
Yep. And I mean, but Palu back throw is about as simple a conversion as there gets. So manages to take that stock there. It's still down almost a full stock here. However,
It's gonna
up air
change soon.
strengths.
Yeah, it's gonna change soon. I really don't think it's like that big a deal. Goes to reflect not knowing about that little kind of matchup thing. It's not all that common, right? But that's the little thing you play against a secondary versus a character that's not common.
Absolutely.
There's still life in TRL though. Nothing. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
goes for that ledge from back air. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, Crash Bomber unfortunately gonna give assist to Blitz, and a lot of up airs instead of neutral airs. At least at that point, full hop neutral air is a great tool. But he's gonna have some projectiles coming out.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's definitely stuck out to me about TRL's Palu so far is just he hasn't thrown out nearly as many neutral airs as I think a lot of the Palutenas do throw out, which is why earlier I'd said, perhaps erroneously that he seemed a little uncomfortable with the character, but he's definitely pulling some sauce together, and if he can find the stock on Blitz, especially right now where he's managing to string in this advantage state together.
Sauce. He's definitely just kind of moving his way. 114. This is a good showing of the Palu. Realistically, like I mentioned, anyone playing a secondary usually doesn't know how to finish up the job. And that's the big difference for a lot of them. You might be thinking, oh, they don't know some of the tricks. It's like, well,
and that was a good back air there. Going to the ledge, going to the regrab, getting his jump back there, and finding that back air to take that stock. And now 81%, far from undoable. However, I think this is, as you said, where that familiarity with those confirms comes in.
Yeah, it's just about the conversions here, right? Blitz is going to win neutral a bunch of times just because it's Mega Man. Hit you with the Nair, hit you with the pellets, no big deal. But Palu, that's a character with a lot of combos if you know what you're doing.
And we see the jab there. That's something that we've seen Palus do more in the last year than in the beginning of Ultimate. Definitely exciting development to see as an up-close get-off-me tool.
By the way, I mean, that ledge trap was coming in. You saw it. That's the adaptation. Here's the Nair. Here's where it's starting. Get something with it.
Oh, and the spot dodge, the up smash. Just a little bit of a panic situation, and Blitz said, here's been my trump card. All top 8. I'm going to pull it out again. Finds the up smash, and he's going.
This kind of waits. It's a great job. Wait, spot dodges. The big thing to take away, I mean, great showing by the Palu. Definitely better than I thought it was going to be. And realistically, I mean, like, if we see it more, it's going to do work. It's really just being like, all right, I'm going to know how to finish these setups. I'm going to go for that down tilt on the ledge to kind of mess with the Blitz's recovery more. I'm going to just start full hop nairing just to get the anti-airs. Just more Palu-specific habits. You're not going to see Palu habits out of someone who plays that as a secondary. And that's really the only difference it takes sometimes.
Yep. And it was really interesting to see how many fairs